Hey Capricorn, welcome to your November 2021 message for the month ahead. Okay, so let's dive right in. I already pulled the cards for you guys. I want to make the most of your time. Um, okay, and so here's your first card. Sorry for the awkward start. um, okay, so this is a reminder, Capricorns, that it doesn't have to all be on your shoulders. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You don't have to carry the weight of all of your desires on your shoulders. You don't have to be so independently good enough that you don't need meditation. You don't have to be so good enough that you must be able to find all the words on your own and not need outside influence. There's a little bit of, if I were truly good enough, I could do this, I can manifest this without meditating. If I were truly good enough, I can manifest this all on my own and I wouldn't even need output. I'm a pro. I should be able to do it all on my own. But guys, like, you literally came down from source energy and you're like, we want to experience the physical. When you're on the physical, sometimes you do need someone who could like lend a hand, pick you up, right? Like think of a child. Have you ever like spun a child around or like floated them in the air a little bit? They laugh and they glee, right? That is a shared experience, right? The kid can't be swung around unless there's someone to swing him. The kid's laughing and gleeing and blah, 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 right? And sometimes when you're the person who's the one spinning them and you're like, whoa, this is fun. Look at them laugh this much. Oh my God. You wouldn't be able to have that kind of fun without that kid there, right? I went trick-or-treating yesterday. I don't have any kids. I'm too old for that. But I know someone with a kid, and I was like, whoa, thanks for being born, little one. Like, this was actually fun, going around, seeing all the different kids in their different costumes, meeting different adults in the town that you normally wouldn't otherwise meet, right? Because when else can you walk up to a stranger's door and go, hey, hi, and strike up a little conversation with them? Right? So I would have never done that without the little kid. And it's not saying that you absolutely have to like that, because not everyone has to be a parent. Not everyone has to like little kids. But it's about the understanding that there's some experiences that are just better when there's two people involved, when there's three people involved, when there's four, right? Think of sports. You need a whole team, and then you need another whole team to play. That's like a 20-person event, right? And you can go run 4 miles, but sometimes when you do it with a race, it's way more fun. There's more people, the music's there. I'm not saying you have to be like extroverted, you have to do those types of things, but it's about recognizing that there are some things that are just more enjoyable when there's more people involved. And so how this relates to your spiritual growth, though, is that you've been putting a little too much pressure on yourself to, I've got to be the one to find all my limiting beliefs. I've got to be the one to switch my mindset. Guys, I'm a channel. I could speak directly to source. And sometimes I love listening to Amanda Francis because I'm like, oh, is that how she views it? Like, I could spend the time meditating, and I do, but sometimes it's quicker when there's someone else who's ahead of you saying the way they viewed it. Sometimes it'll either be that her way works for me, or sometimes it'll be, oh, that's an entirely new way to view that. That was such a good perspective shift, right? So it's okay to be positively influenced by other people. That's what you're learning in terms of relationships. And right now, that it's okay to be positively benefited and positively influenced by other people. Okay, so with that, once you kind of grasp that lesson this month, that essentially it's okay to not be a lone wolf. It's okay to not have to be an independent solo silo. And I get it, Capricorns. I'm a Capricorn too. You got Tai Chi rising. And you got it clarified by dream a beautiful dream. So what this means is that you're starting to awaken to your power. And awaken to your power isn't a boundary. No, you won't do that bad thing to me. Awakening to your power is where you feel at a place in your life where you feel safe enough to admit your true desires, right? Do you like going to a pool hall and grabbing a beer and shooting some pool after work? Do you like going to the fancy restaurant? Do you like going to the jazz? Do you like going on a hike and a walk? Those are completely different ways to unwind. There's some people who will like all four. There's some people who will, no man, it's jazz. Well, some people who are, no, I like to, after work, I like to drink a beer and just relax. And there's some people who are, God, no, when I go to those nice restaurants and they wait on you, and they just bring you this most delicious food that you can't like necessarily cook at home, that's when I just can truly relax. That's when you'll be emanating your desires, because we're vibrational beings, and doesn't mean I need to visualize the end goal so intently that I just like it's feeding my subconscious mind. It's more a, you know what, I do like shopping name brands. You know what, I do like shopping personal smaller designers. Or sometimes it's, you know what, I do like finding that bargain hunt at Ross. Oh, you know what? Oh, there's nothing better than finding that awesome outfit at Goodwill that's like, it's brand new, it's never been worn, but I got it for like $2. I like that treasure hunt feeling, right? So there is no right or wrong for the type of experience that you want, but it's when you just admit, no, this is how I like to find my clothes. No, this is how I like to eat my ice cream. When you're at that place where you feel safe enough to truly admit it, that's when it just all comes in. So dream a beautiful dream. Not dream a beautiful dream of, oh, I just want the life where I'm laying on the beach sipping mojitos, right? Don't just dream a pipe dream. Tap into yourself and go, this is how I like to feel. Because that's when all your desires will come in, Capricorn. And there's something more that needs to be said here. It's not a will it into place. It's not a I will will this manifestation in. It's not a I will do the vibrational work so hard, so much, so deep, so intently that it has no choice but to come in, right? That's like putting pressure on it. That's like a gun being held to your head. Are you going to work your best then? Probably not. It's a softening. It's a softening. It's a, you know what? I desire a husband. Set that intention, then set a timer for 15 minutes and just soften your muscles. If your mind wanders, bring it back to the softening of your muscles, and you're going to start to hear your own inner being, your own higher self, giving you the guidance that you need to allow that in. And then up from there, it's take action on that. There's still something else here, Capricorn. It's the feeling of your desire emanating inside of you outward that brings your desire to you. Okay, so from here, once you kind of gain that practice of softening, and you guys should know that sometimes when you soften, tears can come up because you've been like strengthening your muscles and like, I will will it into place. I will do the work. I will do the action to let it in. So you soften your muscles. You're like, oh, whoa, I didn't realize how much I was like straining myself. I didn't realize I was like carrying this weight around, right? Because when you walk all tensed up, it exerts more energy than just flowing, right? So point is, tears might come up, and that's okay. Let them out if they need to be out. Sometimes you'll be surprised that it'll only take a minute. When you go, oh my God, I do want that international travel, and you know what? I'm afraid of being taken advantage of financially and having to pay 2-3 times the amount than what I actually have. Once you admit that fear, it's not something that you're clenching your muscles and trying to suppress down and exerting all this energy. It's just like, okay, so if that is my fear, how can I build safety around that? How can I create a safe container for me? Okay, I can pre-negotiate hotel rates where I stay. Okay, I can look at forums and see the average cost of something before I look there. I can set my, like, no, this is what I'll pay, this is what I won't. I could research the prices of food before I go. That way, because sometimes it's just admitting I'm afraid of this, and then you can create that safe container for yourself. Not all fear is some deep, dark, hidden inner child that needs to be seen, heard, and felt, guys. Okay, so once you kind of grasp that, that's when you're going to be like blessings of the moon maiden. That's when you're going to be in that like, oh, I'm starting to get inspired ideas again for actions I can take that will actually help my desires come in. And then from there, you got to take the action. Okay, but Capricorn, they wanted this card clarified by relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So what that means is that what you're desiring is going to kick up some fears. And I'll give you a really good personal example for that one. My business went down a little and plateaued. And I was like, I haven't made this little in so long. What is going on? The first month, I thought nothing of it. The second month, I was like, maybe something's going on. The third month, I was like, hold on. No, this amount is unacceptable. I just need more. I just need more money to be me. I'm happier when I have more money, and that's that. You know, even if a man comes in and wants to be a provider, I'm still happier when I make more money. And from there, I went, okay, do I have any limiting beliefs or limiting thoughts? And what happened for me is I went from, I love being single to, oh my God, I think I want to get married and do the mom thing. And then I found this thought of like, oh, a good mommy doesn't make a lot of money because a good mommy pays all her attention, all her focus on her children. So do you see where my income would dip? I had a belief system that a good mommy doesn't do that. So then you find your limiting belief and then you just rework it. You're like, oh, that's not necessarily true. I know a mom who works here and her daughter's well adjusted. I know a mom who does this and her daughter's well adjusted. Or, maybe that's not true. Maybe there's a different way to view this. Inner being, I'm open to see how you view this. Inner being, I'd like to feel better about this topic. Inner being, I'd like to start thinking different thoughts to allow this to change. I'm open to this belief system changing. I'm opening to my belief system changing. I would like to see how I could be an excellent mommy and an awesome person who generates income. I do feel better and more like me when that comes in. So sometimes you won't have a limiting belief until your life situation changes. And oftentimes when you can ask for a new thing like world travel or completely radically changing your socioeconomic status so it goes way up, that's when like new limiting beliefs can come up. But you see how that's not a deep, dark, scary one? That was just oh wow, I didn't realize I had a belief system that if you're a mom, you're only a mom and you're nothing else. So then I got to rework my mind and go, well, you know what? Actually, when kids are introduced and exposed to a lot of different things, it gives them more variety in the beginning and it helps them discover more of who they really are. So me working is a good thing for them. Me taking a break to do something else that I like and I have cool stories for them, that could help expand their mind. And heck, when I'm working and if dad's working, then if I have to get a nanny, an au pair, a babysitter, that's another adult who gets to influence them. Because the more people that that children are exposed to, the more they get to expand and grow and understand that there's so many different ways to live life. So do you see how you can rework that thought? And your thought may not be my thought. It might be a different one. Okay, so from there, Capricorn, you're going to start to recognize, like once you remind yourself that it truly is just about setting a 15-minute timer, relaxing all the muscles in your body, and when you do get an inspired action, don't doubt it, don't question it, don't go, no, that's too easy, right? That's what a lot of you Capricorns are doing right now. No, I said I wanted a $60,000 month, and you want me to go to this restaurant, eat there, and ask them to send an email to their email list? Hello, I have $60,000 to make. That's work. Your inner being might know that that email list has 10 clients who want to pay you $6,000 right now. You have that belief system. It's got to be work and hustle. Why not just allow them in? So once you kind of grasp that and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm okay that I want things softer, smoother, easier, more easeful, soft, smooth, calm. Then you're going to recognize like, oh, it literally is about thinking a desire. It's 15-minute timer, relaxing my muscles until I get the ideas. And once I get the ideas, it's take action on them. And it's continuously clarifying, hey, that didn't feel good. I didn't like that. Hey, that felt good. Hey, I didn't like that. That didn't feel good. Inner being, is there a different way I could have handled that situation? Because I know I'd like it to start to feel win-win. I know I'd like to start feeling like a champion. I know I'd like to start feeling victorious. I know I'd like to start feeling successful. I know I'd like to start feeling more in the flow. So inner being, how else could I have handled that? I'm willing to do the work, the energy, the effort that will help me get my results. So now every action you're taking is aligned towards your desire and inspired by your own personal guidance system within you. And once you kind of grasp that, you're going to be like, oh, that's right. I'm a phenomenal vibrational human being who, it doesn't matter what my starting point in life was. I set a desire, I relax. Teachers will come in, books will come in, YouTube videos will come in. I can learn, I can adapt, I can grow, I can teach myself new things, I can allow new teachers in who could teach me new things. But no matter what, I can allow my mind to expand and to grow and to learn how to view, explore, and experience this world different. Because right now there's just a little bit of like going against the grain and a little bit of thinking it has to be harder work than it actually does right now, Capricorn. So you're getting, some of you are getting the inspired ideas and you're like, no, 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 that's too easy. No, 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 I said I wanted this and that just requires more work. Why? Why does it have to require more work? Some things will take energy and effort, right? The little kid I told you about, when I'm spinning her in the air, it takes energy and effort on my part, and she loves to do it for like an hour or two. By the end of that hour or two, I'm definitely physically a little like, whew, feeling my 30s. I'm not 20 anymore, right? So it takes energy, it takes effort, but it doesn't mean it doesn't feel good. So this is really about you allowing yourself to get an idea, take the energy effort on that one, right? Because you can always do the inspired action, but there's a little part of you that's still afraid that you could take all your fearful steps after you do the inspired one. Do the inspired one, go find that business partner, send that email you're inspired to take, and then go, okay, but I have to work to let it in, so now let me go pound it out and make 10 YouTube videos. Let me go pound it out and send out 50 resumes. Like, I was inspired to go to this one networking event, so let me go do that. And then tomorrow I'll, grind up. But that way you're at least doing your inspired actions so you could get your result. And then you'll soon start to see that pounding it out mentality is a mentality of the past. This is a new generation, a new mass consciousness. I mean, again, though, it doesn't mean that there is no effort on your part. It just means the effort will start to feel replenishing. When I'm twirling that kid and I'm exhausted and out of breath, sweating afterwards, I still feel my soul, my energy, my emotional well-being, my mental well-being feels recharged and replenished. My physical well-being in the moment is like, whoa, that was exhausting. But my energy over time gets stronger and stronger and stronger. All your actions are now aligning towards feeling replenished. All right, love you, Capricorns. Hope that helped. Mwah!